In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to knit this cable stitch hat. It's very easy. You can make it for teens and up to an adult-sized woman. It's knit in rows. Stay tuned. In another tutorial, I'm going to show you how to knit the same hat, but we're going to knit that in the round. Now, as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop in the information box below. Thanks for watching. To knit this hat, I'll be using these 4mm or US 6 size knitting needles. I'm going to be using these circular needles, but you can use straight needles. We're going to knit this hat in rows. Now, this is the yarn that I'm using. It's called Stitch Please Superwash Worsted. This is in the color Platinum, and it's a medium number 4 yarn. So here, to begin, we need to cast on our stitches. I am going to cast on a total of 112 stitches. So let me find the end here of this yarn. So here, to cast on our stitches, like I said, I need to cast on a total of 112 stitches. I'm going to measure my yarn, so I'm going to put both needles like this, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around 20 times. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So here we have enough for about 20 stitches. We're going to double it up once. We have 40 stitches, double it up again. We have for 60, double it up again. We have for 80, double it up again. We have for about 100 stitches and double it up again. We have for about 20 stitches. So we're going to leave it like this because I need to cast on a total of 112 stitches. So here, we're going to make a slip knot here. Now insert both needles through this loop. Now this yarn is the one we just measured, and this here is coming from the skein. Insert your index finger, open the yarn, and we're going to go from left to right, grab a loop like this. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on until you have 112 stitches. I finished casting on my stitches. I have a total of 112 stitches. Now, carefully pull one of the needles off here. So here, to begin with the first row, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to knit the first stitch, purl the next, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. This is all we're going to do. Knit one, purl one. This is going to be the brim of the hat, and this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for a total of 20 rows. So knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, all the way to the end. Continue. I'll meet you at the end of this first row. Here at the end of this first row, this is a knit stitch. My last stitch here is a purl. Now turn for the second row, and here I am going to slip the first stitch and purl the next. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. That's all I'm going to do for this second row. Continue. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. I finished the second row. Now we're going to turn for the third row. Here we're going to slip the first stitch, and from here on, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to continue and repeat the same thing. I'm going to purl the next stitch, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, and so on. When you finish this row, you're going to turn and repeat the same thing. Make sure you slip the first stitch so that we have a nice edge here to seam the hat once it's done. Continue. We're going to do this for a total of about 20 rows. I finished making the brim. I did a total of 20 rows. Now for an adult size, 20 rows is fine, but if you're making this for an 8, 9, or even a teen size, I'd recommend that you make maybe only 14 or 16 rows instead of 20. That way this part here is not as wide, but that would be up to you. Now to get started here, like I said, I have 20 rows. We're going to begin here the pattern. Now, as always, make sure that you're slipping the first stitch so that you have a nice edge here, because we're going to seam both ends like this together once the hat is done. So it's very important that you always slip the first stitch. I'm going to slip the first stitch, and I am going to knit 1 and then purl 2. So slip the first stitch, so knit 1 and then purl 2. 1 and 2. Now this is where we're going to make our first cable. We have 6 stitches. Remove the next 3 like this and put it towards the back, and now knit 3. This is going to be our first cable. So 1, 2, oops, 2, 3. Now return the 3 stitches that you removed back to the left needle. And now knit these 3 stitches. So here's our first twist. 1, 2, 3. There. Here's the first twist. Now the next 5 stitches, you're going to purl 2, 1, 2, knit 1, purl 2. Now these 5 stitches are going to separate the cables. Now for the next 6 stitches, we're going to make the second cable. So remove these next 3 stitches, put them in the back, knit the next 3 stitches, return the 3 stitches that we removed back to the left needle, and knit these 3 stitches. On here, 1, 2, 3. And here's the second cable with the twist. Now the next 5 stitches, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Now we're going to make the third cable. So remove the next 3 stitches, put them to the back, knit the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Put back the 3 stitches that we removed into the left needle, and knit these 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now the next 5 stitches, you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. And now we have the next 6 stitches. This is going to be for the 4th cable. Again, let me show you. Remove the next 3 stitches, put it in the back, knit these 3 stitches, bring the 3 stitches back to the left needle, and knit. 1, 2, 3. The next 5 stitches, you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, and so on. This is how we're going to continue for this first row here. In total, I'm going to make 10 cables. So continue. I will meet you here at the end. Let's see, 3 stitches before we finish to show you how we're going to finish this first row. I'm here at the end of this first row. This is where we started our cables. I have a total of 10. Now here at the end, I have the last 3 stitches. We are going to purl 3. And here is the first row. You should still have a total of 112 stitches. Now for the second row here, this part here consists of 6 rows. So the first row is where we do the twists, and then we do 5 more rows. So now for the second row, I am going to slip the first stitch, and I am going to knit 2, 1, 2. Now the 6 stitches that follow, which is the cable here, we are going to purl 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the 5 stitches that separate the cables, you knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Again, we have the next cable, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have the 5 stitches that separate the cables. You knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. That's all we're going to do. We have the next 6 stitches, you purl 6, then we have the next 5 stitches, you knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Continue like this to the end of this second row. I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. These 6 stitches here I have purled. I have 4 stitches left. Here at the end, I'm going to knit 2, then I'm going to purl 2. And here's the second row. Now turn for the third row. In this third row, I'm going to slip the first stitch. Now I'm going to knit 1, purl 2, then I'm going to knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next 5 stitches that separate the cables, you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Now we have the next 6 stitches, which is the second cable, knit 6, and again we have the 5 stitches that separate the cables, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Continue like this to the end of this third row. I'll meet you here 3 stitches before we finish to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have 3 stitches left. Here at the end, we purl 3. And here's the third row. Turn for the fourth row. Now in this fourth row, this is the wrong side, so we're going to slip the first stitch, knit 2, now purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 5 stitches that separate the cables, we knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Again, we have the second cable, purl 6, the next 5 stitches, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and so on. This is how you're going to continue for the rest of this fourth row. I'm here at the end of the fourth row. I have 4 stitches left. Here at the end, we knit 2, and purl 2. And here is the 4th row. Turn for the 5th row. This here is the right side. So here we slip the first stitch, knit 1, purl 2. Now we have the first cable, we have the next 6 stitches, you knit 6. Now the next 5 stitches are the stitches in between the cables. We purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Now this 5th row is exactly the same as the 3rd row. So again, you knit 6, and then you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. That's how you're going to continue for this 5th row. Continue, I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the end of this 5th row. 3 stitches before we finish, we purl 3. And here's the 5th row. Turn for the 6th row, slip the first stitch, knit 2, purl 6, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. And then again, you're going to purl 6, then knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and then purl 6. Continue to the end of this 6th row. I'm here at the end of this 6th row. Here at the end, we have the last 4 stitches. We are going to knit 2 and purl 2. And here's the 6th row. Here's the first repeat. This is where we did 6 rows and we did the first twist. Now we're going to repeat 6 rows to create the second twist here of our cable. So to do this, I'm going to slip the first stitch, knit 1, purl 2. We have the next 6 stitches. This is the first cable. Remove these next 3 stitches. Put them in the back here. Knit 3. Bring back the 3 stitches that you removed back to the left needle and knit 3. There, here's the second twist for this first cable. Now we're going to purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Now we have the next 6 stitches for the second cable. Remove these next 3 stitches. Put them in the back. Knit 3. Bring back the 3 stitches that you removed to the left needle. And knit 3. There. Now the 5 stitches that separate the cables, you always purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. And then again, we have the third cable. You're going to do the same thing we did here. Remove the first 3 stitches, knit 3, put back the 3 stitches into the left needle and knit those 3 to create the twist here for the third cable. And that's how you're going to continue to the end of this first row for the second repeat. I will meet you here at the end. 3 stitches before we finish to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this first row for the second repeat. Now here at the end we purl 3. And here's the first row. Now turn for the second row. Here we slip the first stitch, we knit 2, and we purl 6. Now the 5 stitches to separate the cables, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. And then again, you're going to purl 6, then knit 2, purl 1, knit 2. Continue like this to the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row for the second repeat. Now here at the end, you knit 2 and purl 2. And here is the second row. Now turn for the third row. Now in this third row, we slip the first stitch, knit 1, purl 2, and knit 6. Now the 5 stitches to separate the cables, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, and then repeat the same thing for the second cable, knit 6, and then the 5 stitches to separate the cables, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Continue to the end of this third row. I'll meet you there. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have 3 stitches left. Here at the end, we purl 3. Now turn for the fourth row, slip the first stitch, knit 2, and purl 6. Now the next 5 stitches, you knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and so on. Purl 6, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, all the way to the end of this fourth row. I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of the fourth row. Here at the end, we knit 2 and purl 2. Here's the fourth row. Now for the fifth row, turn. Now for this fifth row, we do the same thing we did in the third row. So slip the first stitch, knit 1, purl 2, knit 6. Now the 5 stitches to separate the cable, you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. And then again you knit 6 and so on. Continue like this for this fifth row to the second repeat. I'm here at the end of the fifth row for the second repeat. These last 3 stitches we purl. And here's the fifth row. Turn for the sixth row. In this row we slip the first stitch, knit 2, and purl 6. Now the next 5 stitches, you knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and then repeat purl 6 and so on. Continue to the end of this sixth row. I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of the sixth row. Here at the end, one last time, you knit 2 and purl 2. And this is how I finish the sixth row. This completes the second repeat. Now for the third repeat, this is where we're going to make the third twist here. You're going to repeat the same thing that we did in the last 6 rows. So to start you off here, I'm going to show you this row, which is the row where we do the twist, and then you're going to continue and finish that third repeat and then continue on for a total of, let's see, I think it's 10 repeats. 8, no, it's 8 repeats. So here for the third repeat, remember we always slip the first stitch and knit 1, purl 2. We have the next 6 stitches for the first cable. Remove these 3 stitches, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, put back the 3 stitches to the left needle, and knit 3. Two and 3, and here's the twist. Now the stitches in between the cables, you purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, and once again here's the second cable. Remove these next 3 stitches, put them in the back, knit 3. Now return the 3 stitches that we removed back to the left needle, and we knit 3. And that's all we're going to do. Here you're going to purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, and then repeat the same thing for the third cable. And that's how you're going to continue and finish this first row to the third repeat, and then you're going to repeat the next 5 rows exactly how I showed you here in the last 2 repeats. And this is all we're going to do. I think I'm going to do about 9 repeats, but continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many repeats I'm going to do, so I will meet you at the end of that repeat. I'm almost done with the hat. I have done a total of 11 repeats. In the last repeat, repeat number 11, I only did the row where we twist the cable and then the second row. If you're making this hat for 8, 9, or a teen size, I recommend that you only do 9 or 10 repeats instead of the 11 repeats that I have done. So that way this part here is not as long. Now to continue here, we're going to start to decrease. So to do this, we're going to, let's see, slip the first stitch, knit the next stitch. Now we're going to purl 2 together, and now I'm going to knit 3 together. These are the cables here, so knit 3 together and knit 3 together. Now we have the stitches in between the cables, purl 2 together, knit 1, purl 2 together. Now we have the second cable, same thing, knit 3 together, and knit 3 together. Again, the stitches in between the cables, you purl 2 together, knit 1, purl 2 together. And that's how I'm going to decrease this row. Continue, I'll meet you at the end of this row. To finish this first row of decreases, I have a total of 52 stitches at the end of this row. Now for the second row here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slip the first stitch, I'm going to knit the next stitch. Now these next 2 stitches here, I'm going to purl 2 together. So knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 2 together, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 2 together. So I'm purling the cables. So purl 2 together. Now knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and then purl 2 together. And this is how I'm going to continue. Again, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 2 together. Continue like this to the end of this second row of decreases. I finished the second row of decreases. At the end of that row, I have 42 stitches. Now, for the third and final row, this is what we're going to do. Slip the first stitch, knit the next stitch. Now, knit 2 together across. So knit 2 together. And that's all we're going to do. Just knit 2 together all the way to the end of this third row of decreases. Continue, finish this row. I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this third row of decreases. Now, these last 2 stitches here, I'm going to purl 1 and purl the last. And here's the third row with a total of 23 stitches. If you're off by a couple stitches, 1 or 2, it's okay. Now what we're going to do is just remove these stitches here off the needles, and we're going to close the top of the hat. So now cut your yarn, leave a nice long tail because we need to seam the sides, so make sure you leave a nice long tail. Now with the yarn needle, pass this yarn through and remove all of these stitches here. Now pull the yarn, hold this loop here, don't let it go. Now pass your needle through this loop here. That's going to create a knot. Pull the yarn, and the top of the hat is closed. And that's how it looks. I think that looks pretty good. The important thing here is not to have too many stitches so that this part here closes nicely, just like this. Now tie a knot here to secure this part here so that the hat does not open. So I like to just go in and create a knot there. Go through the center there and pull it there. Now this part here is nice and secured. It's not going to open. Now to close this part here, along the very edge, remember that we were slipping the first stitch, so this creates a nice chain here along the edge. So we're going to go through the first row, then the next row, like this. And right in the middle, you have this stitch. So this is the last row, and here's the row before that. So insert your needle like this, making sure to go over that little bump there. Pull the yarn here, and now you're going to repeat the same thing on the next side. Make sure that the rows here correspond so that you don't have any stitches left. Now here on this side, be careful because I have this center stitch going right in the middle, just like this here. So find the next one. It's right here, right there. And then find the next one. Make sure that you go back into the stitch where you came out last, so into the same one. See here, I came out here, so insert the needle there and into the next stitch. Same thing here, right there. Next one, I came out here, insert your needle there again, and into the next stitch below. See right there. Same thing on this side. I'm going to do a couple more here, and then I'm going to show you how it looks. And let's see how it looks. I'm going to pull my yarn here a little bit, give it a nice little tug there. And as you can see, there's that center chain, just like we have here, or the center stitch. Now continue like this, finish this part. I'll come back and show you the finished hat. I finished closing my hat. This is how it looks here at the end. I just joined together, made a knot here at the end, and just hid my ends here on the inside. So the hat is all done. And this is how it looks. I absolutely love the way that this fits on me. It's very pretty. Now you can make this for boys as well, or men. If you want to make it for men, I'd say go ahead and add another repeat and make it a bit longer. As it is, it's perfect for a woman. I also tried it on my son, who's almost 8 years old, and it actually fits pretty good. The only thing is that it's a little longer. Here's another one that I did. I love this color here, and make sure that you put a pom-pom if you like. I have this one here that I plan to use for my hat, so I hope you like it. Now stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and make the same hat, but I am going to make it in the round. I know that's going to be a lot easier. There's not going to be a need to seam, so stay tuned for that, and comment below and let me know if you want me to make the baby version. I'll gladly go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.